How is it that some people can just lie down, turn off the light and actually rest, even when they're completely alone? They seem fearless in the quietest moments. Me, I can travel alone, I can meet strangers, I can do wild things, but when it comes to sleeping alone, my body still says no. People talk about manifestation like it's magic, but it's actually neuroscience. The reticular activation system, this little filter in the brainstem, decides what we notice in the world. It scans everything and only lets through what matches with what we already believe deep down. So when you believe you're not safe, your body keeps finding proof of that, even in a quiet, empty room. There's no other options for me anymore, because the alternative is going back to a version of me I barely survived. I've overcome a lot lately. I grew up in chaos, silence, fears, locked room, and feeling invisible even when there's a lot of people around. And as a teenager, I ran into patterns that helped me escape, but it slowly pulled me further away from myself. I hit a point where I felt completely lost and disconnected, but I got sober, I rebuilt my life. I'm slowly repairing relationships that matter most to me. And I started photography, opened a website and began this channel with almost nothing, and I'm still here and I'm still trying. Still, learning to sleep alone is the next mountain, and there's no other option for me than to climb it. There's a part of the brain called the amygdala, our internal alarm system, like a smoke detector that never turns off after trauma. And when you grow up in chaos, it stays on high alert, scanning for danger even when the room is completely calm and safe. It releases stress hormones and kicks the whole nervous system into fight or flight, even though there's nothing to run from. My brain thinks it's protecting me, but it's protecting an old version of my life. That's why when the light goes out, the feeling come back, sadness, shame, the unfair moment from childhood, and my nervous system is loyal, not logical. You can't decide not to be scared, that's bullshit. But you can act while being scared, and that's where everything changes. Change happens through repetition. There's this old neuroscience that says neurons that fire together wire together. Every time I stay in discomfort instead of running away, I slowly rebuild a new pathway in my brain. I'm teaching my body a new experience, that the night can be safe, and I'm not trying to conquer fear overnight. I'm doing it gently with yoga and breathing, sitting up against the wall, simple hand positions that brings my awareness back to my body, like gentle acupuncture, small rituals, tarot or foot baths, just anything that is less threatening. Savory is something I teach my body now. Healing is also a game of exposure and motion. If I hide inside every weekend, nothing will change. I need to increase the surface area for calm to find me. Going into yoga classes, being out in the world, creating small side projects. And for a long time, I didn't know how to feel safe on my own. So I borrowed that feelings from other people. I'm reading David Hawkins' Letting Go, And I'm learning to feel the emotion fully without escaping. And I'm also saving for proper trauma therapy and considering going to a silent retreat. Still scared some nights, maybe for a while, but fear doesn't decide my life anymore. Repetition does. And tonight, it's another repetition. I hope this makes you feel a little less alone if you're struggling with the same thing. This isn't really about sleeping, it's about not giving up on yourself, even when your brain tries to pull you back. I also added a simple exercise in the caption in case you need something to hold on to tonight, and I'll keep practicing sleeping alone slowly over time. I hope you subscribe if you want to keep going through this kind of stuff with me, and comment below what's one fear you're going through right now. We're in this together, and if you're still here, you're a part of this also. And see you next time. See you next video. See you next video. The Queen's dead.
Dude, very reference.
See you in the next video.
Bye!